Let's discuss EURUSD in today's chart analysis. Last week, while the price was here, I was telling us that we're having equal highs here within these 3 consecutive days, and that equal highs like this build up liquidity, and liquidity attracts the market. As a result, I made us understand that we should expect price to move up to sweep that liquidity and also hit the top of this channel, which will be a completion of the symmetry that started from this reclaim of this channel right here, because this channel was reclaimed here and this became a fake out, and a fake out in one direction will lead to an extended move to the opposite direction, which was why I made us understand that we are yet going to see that move that will give us a completion of that symmetry. So the question now is, where do we go from here? Where are we going from here? Are we going to see the price continue its move to the upside? Are we going to see price rotate back down to the bottom of this channel? That is exactly what we want to look at in this very video. So the first question you ask yourself is, where are the imbalances and where is the liquidity? So the imbalance is right here. At this point where we have this imbalance, we expect price to come down to this side, and we have liquidities below these 2 lows, this low and this low. They are equal lows, and liquidity builds below lows. So first target is for price to fill up the imbalance, which is at this point. So if price fill up that imbalance and we still see strength in the bearish momentum, then price may now target the liquidity below these 2 lows. And if that happens and price closes below this level, then we will be targeting the bottom of this very channel. That means we'll be seeing a completion of the channel to the downside. But if this imbalance is filled and we still get another bullish momentum, we may see price rally back up. So we can look at the 4 hours time frame chart and see how we can play this whole game. So right here is the chart on 4 hours time frame, and this is still the same channel we talked about, and this was the levels we talked about, which price has come to sweep. And looking from this very price action we have here, we're seeing an evening star here, which is a bearish reversal pattern, showing that price is bound to move down to some levels on the lower side. The imbalance is just at this point. That is where we have the imbalance. But remember, I talked about the liquidity we have below these lows. Okay, so first target is for price to target this imbalance here and fill up the imbalance to around 1.1614 or 15 area. So that's the first target that we should see price hit. If the bears are very strong, then we should be targeting this liquidity below these 2 lows. And once we are done with that, we will be targeting the bottom of this channel. That is, if the bearish trend remains very strong. However, if we see price rotate back from here, which we can even add a trend line to help us note what will happen. So let me add a trend line. So if I use a trend line to connect these lows, so now I have just used a trend line to connect these lows. So this trend line will also serve as a support to the price. As price comes down to fill up this imbalance here, we should expect a bounce off from this very trend line, this rising trend line. If we get that bounce off, then we may see price rally back up to this previous high and possibly break above this very channel top. However, if you're unable to see a bounce from this very rising trend line, then we may get a break, and a break below this will now target the liquidities below these very 2 lows and then the bottom of this channel. Everything depends on what the price does, and that is how I'll be approaching the trade. And I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out when I release my next videos.